Hello and welcome to another edition of Let's Play Fragile Legions with me, Acciyn. Now, this is going to be a bit of a different video from the others. There's actually not going to be any progress in the game. Shocking, I know, but there's something that's been gnawing on me for some time and I just need to find out. You can skip this video if you want to. I'm going to go into the lore of the game, so for those of you who are interested, please come along for the ride as I will be reading out a bit of information about one of the alien races in the game. And like I said, if you don't want to watch this, I would say you move your mouse pointer a bit down and you skip forward on the video, because I might do a little bit of playing. It all depends on my mood or not. So if you find something other than this screen, then you know that there's going to be other stuff than this. But the race I want to know stuff about is the Mauna. Basically, two reasons. I haven't played against them before, for one. Well, while I can't say I remember every single game I've ever played, because that would be impossible, frankly, since I've played so many, I can only remember a few encounters with them, and the more I think about it, the more I'm suspecting that the reason I haven't played against them so often could be because they just kept attacking me from the very beginning, and I didn't like that. But they're here now. I'm not going to start over and exclude them from the game. This is the game we're playing, and this is the game I'm going to continue playing. But let's look at them for a bit. We are going to go to war against them, so there's a nice little tab here at the end that would be hopefully filled with valuable information. Obviously, it's at the end, so we're doing it last. Yes, we are moving through all of these. So like I said, this is for the person who is interested. If you're not interested, skip ahead or skip the video. That's perfectly acceptable. Introduction. The Mauna, singular Maunid, are small, grey, unpleasant aliens, aggressive in packs but weaselly individually. In almost every respect, they are the exact opposite of the Bracacia. The exception being the extreme militarism and the rigid control exercised in both cultures by the ruling caste. In both cultures by the ruling... I'm sorry, I'm recording this at like... right, I can't check that. Hold on. It's 3:30 a.m. Yeah. Been up quite late and just thought I'd do this right now before I go to sleep or something like that. Where was I? Because you really didn't need to know that. There we go. Territorially aggressive, ruthless, interested not only in acquiring more territory but also in dominating other cultures. Most other cultures fear and despise the Mauna, but no one hates them as much as do the Artemia, with whom the Mauna have a mutual and deadly enmity, or however you pronounce that word. I know what it means, I just don't know how to pronounce it. Right, so we need to find the Artemians and convince them to go to war against the Mauna. Useful information, because all this stuff is actually implemented in the game, if I remember the game correctly. Physical. The Mauna are reputed to have a glabrous grey skin and slitted eyes. In many respects, they resemble the Greys of the 20th century Terran reports. Their hands and feet are broadly humanoid in appearance, but have very short and stubby digits. Their domestic technology is designed mainly to get around this factor. Obviously. Were it not for their fearsome reputation, the Mauna would probably be regarded as something of a cosmic joke. As it is, they are considered proof that the creator has a very sick sense of humor. Right. Reproduction. The exact details are unknown, although they are assumed to breed like rabbits, given their rates of expansion. I'll leave that up to your imaginations. Thank you very much. I'm certainly not going to occupy my imagination with it. Lifespan. Again, few details are known for sure, although Regalian scientists have posited a shorter than Terran lifespan. This may in part be due to their diet. The Mauna exist on a diet of hush, a vat-grown protein. It looks like a greenish porridge and tastes like, well, never mind. Ew! Ew! No! Oh, damn it! It's in my head now. I can't get it out. Fuck. If you don't know what I think it is, that you don't want to know what I think it is. Damn! Oh. Anyway, unlike other cultures, however, the Mauna elite do not bother to waste time or money on enriching this slop with vitamins. Their traditional small stature and presumed usual early demise may simply be due to malnutrition. Or perhaps because they go to war with every fucking thing they ever encounter. Yeah, I'm still a bit upset with that. I do like a bit of a longer build-up time frame before I get attacked, but oh well. Architecture. We've seen the buildings, now we get to learn about them. The Mauna build and design with no aesthetic qualities whatsoever. We've seen that. They're basically cubes. Again, it reminds me of the Borg from Star Trek. They have no interest in providing comfort either, at least for the plebs, although even the elite class doesn't have much truck with their finer things in life. Spartan lifestyle? Ugly concrete blocks with no curves or decorations, jarring to the spirit. Jarring to the spirit as well as the eye. Their buildings typify the Maunid elite's approach to life. Anything that has no immediate practical application is unnecessary and probably immoral. The eagle-eyed observer might wonder why the Mauna, such a disciplinarian species, have no security facilities for wrongdoers. The answer is simple. It's because they shoot them out of hand. Right. Society. Oh, that's a long one. Their society is rigidly hierarchical. Damn it, it's too late for me. I'm sorry about this, but I decided to do this now and I'm going to do this now. With a small elite in total control of the populace, this is replicated on mining colonies with a larger number of workers under the absolute rule of 2 or at most 3 bosses, who in turn report all but the most basic decisions to the nearest large habitation colony. There are historical reasons for this. After the Dark Side War, Maunid society went through a traumatic period of upheaval and civil war, which ended, as it so often does, in a military coup. This put the elite in charge, where they have been ever since. All Maunid are brought up from the age of 3 in a military boarding school, where along with the basic education deemed suitable for 95% of the individuals, they are trained to a high level of offensive maneuvers, not, please notice, in defensive other than the basic retreat. Also useful information, by the way. It means that they don't have much in the ways of defensive turrets and other stuff on their colonies, if I understand the game correctly, which, bear in mind, I might not. Use of weapons and an almost fanatical devotion to the furthering of the Maunid creed. the creed being, "We are the best in the universe, only the best deserve to live. QED, everyone else deserves to die." Admittedly, it is slightly more poetically expressed in the original, but that's the gist of it. The military training is wholly designed to ensure that the Monid foot soldiers follow orders, but knows what it's doing. The other thing they learn is to produce children as often as possible. Monid population growth is amongst the highest known anywhere. So they learn to shoot and, well, shoot, I guess. The elite are drawn from the sections, from all sections of society, i.e. from the top to the bottom. Every child is minutely observed and examined in the first year at camp, and if it shows potential, it is removed and sent to a special camp, where it learns the same as the ordinary child, but is even more thoroughly imbued with the Monid creed, with the significant addition that as well as despising the rest of the universe, it learns to despise the inferiors of its own kind. Lovely, lovely culture this is, isn't it? Where was I? I lost my... There. It also learns either military strategy or a higher order and how to run wars. Something popped up on my screen. I lost my place again. God damn it. There we go. Never both. That's what I was missing. The elite have no intention of allowing anyone the same chance they had. Mauna is sort of like a nightmare hybrid of ancient Sparta and Stalin's Soviet Union. Perhaps surprisingly, Monid society isn't especially male-dominated. This may be because all other divisions are subsumed into the rigid class distinction. There are two classes, the elite and everyone else, and this is enforced with absolute rigor. Rules and regulations govern every aspect of Monid life, and for a low caste member never to speak to an elite in the street even to speak to an elite in the streets is punishable by death. In fact, death is the usual punishment for most transgressions, but they have an imaginative number of ways of dealing it out. Probably another reason why they are taught to shoot and, shoot early on and often. Ew. Moving on. If you break the law in a Monid colony and get away with just being shot, you can consider yourself extremely lucky. Interesting. Politics. Politics and trade are activities reserved for the elite. The lower castes are regarded as laser fodder and nothing more. But even the elite do not really believe in politics, except as an opportunity to confuse their enemies while they're preparing another attack. Not so much real politic as brute force and ignorance. Right. Religion. Strictly speaking, the Mauna do not have what Terrans, or for that matter many other Federation cultures, would recognize as a religion. The closest approximation is the law of the cube. Again, what's with the Borg references? Which occupies a broadly similar position in their society. It acknowledges no deity, nor does it provide any sort of... Oh, fuck me with the words in the English and the speaking with the fucking tongue twisters. I'll try it. Eschatology. Eschatology, or explanation for the existence of the universe. Instead, it lays down a set of rules which society must obey, on point of, that's right, death. Only the elite may read it, and then only under certain conditions. Possession of a copy of the book, of which there may be only one edition at a time, is restricted to the very highest member of the elite. And war. Their social structure, with all decisions referred to a higher authority, means that during combat their decisions may take slightly longer, but their preferred method of attack is by surprise and in overwhelming numbers. They don't like to get involved in long battles. The only technology that this lot are good at is weapons and related technology, and they are superb at it. Their weaponry looks and behaves exactly like what it is, something to kill other people in enormous numbers. The Mauna have a deathless belief in their predestined role as rulers of the universe and are spectacularly brutal with it. Their attacks, it should be noted, are in flagrant contravention of various treaties and conventions, so by all means complain to the Federation. See where that gets you. I'm gonna have to kill them. There's no other way. I'm gonna have to fucking kill those goddamn bastards. And we're all going to have fun doing it, aren't we? Right. That's the Mauna. Some other races have this. The Sanquan is a sacred animal of the Artemia. Some special things. Canes don't. Mikotage, no. Bracacia. Regalia, no. Apparently only the Artemians have the sun skill. Or however that is pronounced. But that is for another time, or more precisely for you to actually get the game for yourself and read, if you're interested in the rest of the races, because I'm not doing that again, and especially not at 3:30 AM in the fucking morning. So that's the end of this video, because I don't feel like doing more than that at the moment. I don't have the energy for it, sorry. So in the next video we're actually going to keep on playing and building up our military and all that other good stuff. But for now, I hope that you, if you continued watching to this point, have found it somewhat interesting and entertaining, and I will see you in the next video, and until then, remember to have fun.